Hey everyone, today's recap is of the sci-fi adventure drama Mickey 17. A down-on-his-luck debtor signs up for a space expedition to colonize a frozen planet. He works as an expendable, a disposable crew member sent on deadly missions. If he dies, he's cloned again with the memories of the previous version intact. The film begins in the year 2054 on the planet Niflheim. Expendable worker Mickey 17 regains consciousness at the bottom of a ravine after falling during a scouting mission. He's found by the pilot, Tama, who climbs down into the ravine to retrieve Mickey's flamethrower. The man himself is left to die. After all, a new clone will be printed tomorrow with the next serial number. As the pilot walks away, Mickey braces for an attack by the local life forms, creatures resembling giant tardigrades, nicknamed Creeper. The story flashes us back, showing us the grim reality of being expendable, printing a new body, uploading the consciousness. Mickey recalls his first death. He was sent into open space to fix some wiring, but in truth, the scientists just wanted to see how quickly the star's radiation would kill him. Mickey Barnes didn't take this job by choice. Back on Earth, he and Tama owed money to gangsters who vividly demonstrated what happens when you don't pay, using a chainsaw and another debtor as an example. With no other option, the two joined Kenneth Marshall's colonization program for Niflheim, Tama as a pilot, and Mickey as expendable material. Mickey's body is scanned for future replication, and his consciousness is stored like a brick in a data vault. As a final test of loyalty, he is asked to shoot himself in the head, proving full commitment to the system. The journey itself is harsh. Extreme rationing means that even a few extra calories are a crime. Commander Marshall and his wife, Ilfa, also ban sex on board, since it wastes valuable energy. In the cafeteria, Mickey meets security officer Nasha, and the two begin breaking the no intimacy rule well before they reach the planet. Frequent deaths become routine for Mickey. On Niflheim, he is let outside for the first time, not for sightseeing, but so he can catch local viruses and die. His infected blood is used to develop a vaccine, which they also test on him. Bodies, like all organic waste, are tossed into a melting reactor. The recycled material is then used to produce new clones. Eventually, the scientists succeed in making a vaccine, and scouts begin exploring the terrain, accompanied by yet another version of Mickey. During first contact, one of the agents dies under a rockfall triggered by her own actions. Soon after, Mickey falls into a crevice. After Tama leaves him for dead, he's approached by massive, threatening Creeper. Ready to dissect, Mickey hopes they'll eat him quickly, but the creatures drag him into a cave instead. Fears that he'll be fed to their young prove unfounded. They toss the uninvited guest back out onto the snowy surface. Mimicking the clicking sounds of the Creeper, he walks away. Back in his room, Mickey washes off the day's stress. But when he climbs into bed, he sees another version of himself, number 18. A technical error. Number 17 didn't die as expected, and 18 was already printed. The clones realize there are multiplets, simultaneous copies of one person, which is illegal and punishable by death for both. Mickey wants to flee, but 18 gets in the way, so he knocks him out with a precise throw of a heavy dumbbell. Waking up in a garbage cart, Mickey remembers how Nasha once said, "Every clone has its own personality." 18 shows clear psychopathic tendencies, a craving for violence and a decisiveness Mickey lacks. He beats up his predecessor and tries to throw him into the reactor. Mickey proposes a compromise. They could live a double life, alternating shifts, but this only discussed the more aggressive version. Before 18 can finish the bomb, Tama arrives with a friend. The pilot is selling fuel extracted from Mickey's flamethrower, which is used as a drug. Hiding nearby and overhearing the dealer's conversation, 18 decides to kill his former friend. When Tama is alone, he attacks him and pushes him down a shaft. Suddenly, agents Nasha and Zeke show up. Mickey hides, while 18 tells Tama to play along, then pulls him up, pretending to save him. Nasha leaves with her boyfriend, and a jealous Mickey watches from the shadows. That's when Marshall's assistant finds him with some news. The commander has selected Mickey for a traditional dinner, filmed for the colony, meant to boost morale. Starving from constant rationing, Mickey heads to Marshall's quarters and eagerly devours a steak. Soon, Agent Kai joins them. She was the partner of the scout who died during the field mission. Marshall apologizes to Mickey for yelling at him about that incident, then invites everyone to say a prayer for the fallen woman. Their moment is interrupted by sudden nausea. Mickey throws up right at the table. Turns out he was unknowingly fed synthetic meat as part of a medical test for pain relief and digestion. He's immediately injected with medication. Kai takes Mickey to her quarters and gives him an herbal brew to calm his stomach. Remembering that his beloved is currently with an imposter, a clone printed just a few hours ago, Mickey rushes home. Nasha sees him and immediately understands it was bound to happen. High on fuel, she tags them with their serial numbers and forces them to make peace. Their intimate moment is interrupted by Kai, who shows up with more stomach medicine. Meanwhile, 18 learns from 17 about what happened at the dinner. Furious, he accuses Marshall of humiliation and decides to kill him. Luckily, Nasha had left behind her service pistol. 18 heads to the main hall where Marshall is giving a speech about a local stone that was just delivered. It's meant to be turned into a memorial with the names of the first settlers. As Marshall speaks to the audience, the stone is sliced open by a laser, revealing strange hollow cavities inside. 18 aims the gun at the leader, but someone spots the weapon and tackles him. A creeper emerges from within the stone, causing chaos. The pistol falls to the ground. Guests scream and scatter. Marshall orders the scientists to capture the creature. They quickly suit up. The panic ends only when Mickey appears. Using sound mimicry, he distracts the creature and manages to grab it. The scientists shove the creeper into a plastic bag. As Marshall inspects the bullet crack in the rock, another creeper jumps out, straight onto his face. The guards open fire and shred the creature to bits. But the alpha creeper, sensing the death of its kin through telepathic connection, begins to rally the rest and marches toward the human base. Marshall gives the order to arrest both multiplets and Nasha for protecting them. In prison, Mickey admits that it was the creeper who saved him in the ravine. He just didn't realize it at the time. He never even said thank you. As they're being taken to Marshall, it becomes clear that the entire creeper population has surrounded the base. Dorothy, the lab technician studying the captured juvenile, tells Mickey that his mimicry inspired her to begin developing a prototype translator for the creeper language. She says the creatures are not dangerous. They even spared Mickey 17 when they had the chance, which he confirms. Dorothy joins the conversation, clarifying that the creeper are intelligent and capable of speech. As proof, the captured juvenile spits in Marshall's face with obvious contempt. In response, the colony leader impales the baby on a hook and suspends it above the reactor, forcing Nasha to hold the rope with her teeth to keep the creature from falling to its death. Marshall shifts focus to the growing threat outside, the creatures crowding the base. Following his wife's advice, he orders both Mickeys to be rigged with explosives and sent into the creeper swarm to be detonated. As they head out, Dorothy secretly hands Mickey 17 a prototype of the translator. The clones make their way through the crowd and approach the massive alpha female. Mickey warns the creature that they need to leave. The colonists are planning to wipe out their entire species. In response, the alpha shows her power. Through specific frequencies, the creeper can literally fry human brains. To reach a compromise, she demands the return of the juvenile and one human sacrifice in exchange for the dead kin. Mickey returns to the base and uses gestures on camera to indicate that the child must be returned. However, Marshall's advisor convinces him to go out into the field himself and deliver a moving speech on camera before launching an airstrike to wipe out the creeper and make way for future colonies, a traditional method. Dressed to impress, Marshall heads into the field with his guards and 3 transport vehicles surrounded by creeper. While they're away, Nasha confronts Ilfa and threatens to snap her neck unless the juvenile is released and allowed to leave with her. Marshall's soldiers aim at the alpha, but smaller creatures cluster together, creating decoys. Nasha walks across the battlefield carrying the infant toward Mickey. Meanwhile, spotting Marshall, 18 decides to finish what he started. He attacks the leader, beats him down, and presses the detonator, blowing up both himself and Marshall in front of Mickey and Nasha. The story jumps ahead 6 months. Spring has come to Niflheim. The colony has new leadership. Nasha won the election. The decision is made to destroy the bioprinter and abandon the expendables program. The honor of pressing the button goes to Mickey. As flames engulf the machine, his past, along with his serial number, burns away. He's no longer the 17th iteration of Mickey Barnes. He's now the one and only. And with that, the film comes to an end.